Hey everybody, it's Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and I'm here to give you guys your very, very late WrestleMania Night 2 review. I've been swamped with work and all that. So, this is what I'm planning on doing. I'm just going to give you a review of WrestleMania Night 2 overall. And then, if there's enough people in the live chat that want to do a quick Q&A, then this will be a 90th of the additional Q&A. The only reason I'm not going to do Q&A say right off the bat is because there might not be a lot of people who are interested in doing the Q&A. And so, but then rather than just remove this video or delete this video afterwards, I'm just going to keep it strictly WrestleMania based. And if we get a lot of questions, this will be a Q&A edition of the this review. But I figured I should talk about WrestleMania Night 2. I know it's already been almost a week already. It's Night 2, but I've already given my thoughts on Night 1. I want to give my thoughts about Night 2, quick little thoughts about that, and then give you an overall score. I already gave my Twitter, so if you don't follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at GodzillaHawk1. That has my Twitter handler. You can follow me there for my overall review on May as a whole. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the WrestleMania Night 2. I'm not going to go into every little detail. Just going to be more of a quick little overall thoughts and then overall WrestleMania as a whole. And then, like I said, if we get some more people in like a Q&A, ask me any questions in the chat. So you can ask me any questions you want in the chat room. And if we continue moving, this will be a 90th edition of the Q&A. If not, worst case scenario, I just change this to WrestleMania 20 or WrestleMania 38 Night 2 overall review. And then I just do it time. So figure by talking about WrestleMania right now, I can hopefully build some time. So hopefully we could do a Q&A because I would like to do a Q&A with you guys and all that. So let's go and start off. We got RK Bro versus Street Profits and Alpha Academy. Very good triple threat tag team match for Raw Tag Team titles. RK Bro won. That's really all you need to do. And then Gable Stevenson came out and hit belly to belly suplex on Chad Gable after Chad Gable kind of got into his face. So Gable Stevenson, again, don't really know much about, still relatively new. We haven't even seen him have a match, so hopefully we get to see a match with him soon. But I just thought this opener was an overall pretty good opener. Bobby Lashley and Omos. This match was not very good. It's just Omos is not a good performer as well. He's tall, but that's about it. Lashley ended up winning fine, and then it looks like they're going to be continuing this feud with now MVP siding with Omos from Raw. But Lashley won. The match was sure really needs to be. Then we got Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn and Anything Goes match. This one, I just be up here forever. All you need to know is this was the type of match you expected. Interference from the Jackass crew. No Asians, a lot of entertaining spots, giant mouse traps, mouse traps on table. You got, like I said, some of the Jackass crew members coming in and getting involved. I can't do this match justice. This is one of those matches where you're either going to love it or you hate it. I love this match because I knew what I was getting. I knew this was not going to be a Matt Classic. I knew this was going to be like your entertainment match. So that's what I got out of it. So Knoxville, Sami Zayn match. Johnny Knoxville ended up winning. Would prefer Sami Zayn to get the win, but what are you going to do? But again, fun match. Next, we got Queen Selena and Carmella versus Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Natalya, Shayna Baszler for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Four-way. Titles don't really mean anything, unfortunately. I hate saying that. They don't have any real teams. They treat these titles like just slightly above the 4-7 championship and just barely. These titles don't mean anything. Sasha Banks and Naomi end up winning, so now Sasha Banks won her very first match at WrestleMania. Gone now. The match itself, a basic TV match, nothing grand or anything like that. But Carmella did get married. I do want to shout out Carmella and Corey Grace. They did just get married, I think, yesterday or the day after or day before. And then I know Alexa Bliss, I think, just got it. So congratulations on both of them. But This match itself, basic TV match, nothing grand or anything like that. Next, we got Edge versus AJ Styles 101. This was the match I was looking forward to the most out of WrestleMania, and overall, I thought this was a very good match. I know these two have a much better match, but clearly this is a feud that's going to continue for a few pay-per-views. AJ Styles looks like he was going to Damien Priest got involved, but he didn't really he didn't interfere in the match. He just kind of stood there on the outside, and AJ got distracted to get him with a mid-edge spear. Edge ended up winning, and now Priest is with Edge. It looks like they're doing this heel faction with Edge and Priest. Rumors are Tommaso Ciampa and Rhea Ripley now involved, so we'll see what happens to that. But I will say Edge did get a badass entrance, I thought. So if you've seen that, go check that out. Edge and Styles, again, really good match. Easily a really, really good match. Next, we have Shane McMahon versus The New Day. I'm going to just say this. This match was bumped off the card from night 1, and it was bumped to night 2, completely pointless. This match was shit. This made absolutely no sense. Sheamus and Rich Holland was the right outcome, but this match did not need to be on WrestleMania. They could easily just promote it on SmackDown, or you could easily put on one of the kickoff shows, but they didn't. Honestly, you could easily put the Rich Holland match on the kickoff on night 1, and you could have done the Lashley almost match on night 2 kickoff. But our kickoff with no wrestling. So this match, the Sheamus Rich Holland New Day match, was completely pointless. It sucked donkey dick. Then we have Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. The crowd was red hot for Pat McAfee. I thought for the time they were given, this was fun. It could have been a lot better match, but the match itself was a lot shorter than I expected to be. Pat McAfee got the victory. And then what happened next is really just, I fucking hate it. I understand any moments, but no, just. So I decided to have a match with Pat McAfee, and they had a match for about 4 minutes, and Mr. McMahon cannot shit anymore. He's too fucking old. I give Pat McAfee credit for trying to sell, but my God, Mr. McMahon can't do shit. So basically, Pat McAfee on turn sacrificed time for this match just for them, Mr. McMahon, to take a stunner from Stone Cold, which has one of the worst stunners you've ever seen in your entire life, in my life. And then stunner, Austin Theory and Pat McAfee, which the Austin Theory one was fun in itself. But the whole Mr. McMahon having a match was stupid. You could easily just have Pat McAfee, Austin Theory, a little bit longer match. You could have had Mr. McMahon get involved and have Theory attack, Pat McAfee. Stone Cold came out. He would attack Mr. McMahon. It's still done the same stuff without actually having like a feel like an eternity segment. McMahon did not need a match. That Mr. McMahon Pat McAfee match absolutely was fucking dog shit as well. That did not need to be on the card whatsoever. Then we have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the winner take all WWE Championship Universal Championship match. Is not a unification. As long as there's 2 singles championships, it's not unification. You need to have 1 championship. So it's not a unification match. Everybody says. What they're calling this match the biggest main event of WrestleMania of all time, and it lasted minutes. And all this match was not a bad match. WrestleMania 31 was great. WrestleMania 34, this one's going to be somewhere in the middle. It wasn't like this match wasn't boring. They went at it, but my problem with this match was it was spear, Superman punch, suplex, F5, spear, suplex, Superman punch. And then we got one Kimura, and it was just repeated of finisher and signature moves. I never understood that. Now there were rumors that Roman Reigns might have been hurt, so maybe that's why. But we don't know anything else in terms of Roman Reigns. Know if he's actually injured or maybe he's just hurt and he's just not going to be able to. Maybe the injury is not that bad, but might not be able to compete. So maybe they realized when Roman got hurt, they were like, okay, let's just end the match now before we exceed the injury. That could be a possibility, but again, I haven't heard any updates on the supposed injury. So basically, what we got was a 12-minute main event match that's supposed to be the most important, biggest match of all time, where it's just Roman and Lesnar hitting a bunch of their signature moves in 12 minutes. That doesn't scream main event and a huge, that doesn't scream big to me. And I figure because they kind of ended it a little early, there was still time on WrestleMania. They could have easily given us another 10 minutes if they wanted to, but they didn't. And I figure, okay, maybe something like The Rock's going to come out, and we're going to tease The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania next year. Get that going for a big pop, and they didn't. They never did that. So I don't get it. I just don't understand why they did that. So, but Roman Reigns is now the WWE and Universal Champion now. And as you saw, they want to unify now the tag team titles. I'll wait until I see it. Until I see one set of tag team titles and one world championship, I'm not going to count this unification thing. I'll jump the gun on that. So with that being said, overall, night 2 was by far weaker than night 1. I actually enjoyed night 1 a lot more. It's the Logan Paul match, which I'm not going to get into. I gave it night 1 like an 8 out of 10. I'm giving night 2 a 7 out of 10. There was a lot more stuff I think could have been left off and was just dumb or was just a letdown. But then when combine them all, WrestleMania 30 as a whole, and minus the Logan Paul match because it did not check out. I refuse to watch anything involving him. I give the show 7.5 out of 10. I think that similar to last year, it was one of the better WrestleManias, a pretty solid edition of WrestleMania. But I need to say this. Stop with the two. I fucking hate the 2-night events. I never liked it. It's too exhausting. And the fact that guys like Logan Paul and, Omos and Mr. McMahon were on the show, and neither United States champions were on the show. I just don't. I will never understand that. I'm a firm believer. Especially at your biggest pay-per-views of the year, everything should be on the line. Especially for your big pay-per-views like WrestleMania. So I never understood that. But that's overall my WrestleMania review and night view. I guess I'll quickly go to the chat. Looks like we don't really have anybody here, so I guess that's going to do it for here. So this is not, unfortunately, nobody decided to show up, which I figured. So that's just going to do it for my WrestleMania Night 2 review overall. I know this was a late review, but coming by and support me anyway. All I'm going to say is take care of my peeps. Have a good night. See you guys next time.